Om Agnena Yasupataraye Asman
Vishwani Deva Vayanani Vidwan Yodhyasmadjuhuranameno Bhuishtam Te Namavuktim Videma.
Om Shanti 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 Om Abrahman Brahmano Brahmavachasi Jayatam Arashtre Rajanyaha Shuraishavyo Ativyadhi Maharatho Jayatam Dugdhridhenuhu Odhanadvana Susaptihi Urandhiryosha Jishnuradheshtha Sabheyo Yuvasya Yajamanasya Viro Jayatam Nikame Nikame Naparjanyo Varshatu Phalavatyo Na Oshadaya
Vajjan Kshemo na kalpetam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Apyayantu mamangani Om Pranachakshuh.
Vak Pranaschkshuhu Srotramatho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham
Mama Brahma Nirakaroto Anirakaranam Astu Anirakaranam Me Astu Tadhatmani Nirateya Upanisatsu Dharma Te Mai Santo Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Namaste.
Harihi Om. Today is a very auspicious day when we have come to the study, Parayana and Adhyayana of an important Upanishad going by name Aitareya Upanishad. Aitareya is the name of a Maharshi, and this Aitareya Upanishad belongs to Rig Veda, the first date-free, or we cannot date Rig Veda, such ancient Vedic book containing 10,028 mantras, which are all revealed to various sages. And Aitareya is later on, we have got Upanishad, another Maharshi who tries to give us some Vedantic touch to the knowledge provided in the Samhitas. All Upanishads have derived their wisdom and exposition and enunciations and pronunciations from the knowledge already deposited or provided to us by rishis, ancient Sanatana Maharshaya, in the Samhitas respectively. So another meaning that we could see is Aitareya means something different from the normal mundane life, because we have always the plus life. Our life, we are all aware. But beyond that life, there is something more purpose or goals for us. That's what is called Itareya, plus. So Itareya is the derivative. So Aitareya is a derivative form that having been taken the birth of a human form, then there are so many more things to gather and add knowledge to that, so that if at all it occurs again, you will be born as a Gnani plus. Bahunam Janmanamante Gnanavan Mam Prapajyate. If at all you want to reach back the God who projected you out from him, from his lokas, then we have to go back to only something like going to a native place. You know, people are all there in cities and other places because of jobs. When holiday gives up, they go back to their villages or native places. So what makes people to be gathering more and more in cities and other places other than their native place? Jobs, karma, kriya, and earning, life, prosperity. But other than that kind of thing, see, what we go back to our place. Similarly, we're all coming from Brahmaloka. and we had to go back to Brahmaloka. That's why to all departed people, Naveen Heltivi, Shaswata Brahmaloka Vaptirastu, may they be having completely continuous permanent residence. With no, having had their karma or papams or all that being reduced, and they should go into that. That's why one more, and therefore this Aitareya Upanishad is teaching us in a very short Upanishad, short formula, 33 formulas, divided into 3 chapters, and each chapter divided into khandas or some sections. So Prathama, Dvitiya, and Tritiya khanda, and so on. So this is how we are going to have knowledge on installment basis provided to us, so that we ultimately come to know how are even the gods have been created, and gods are also assumed, or attributed with the hunger and thirst, the desire and prosperity, and everything has been given to gods. And what is true to gods is true to us. What is true to us is true to the gods. And therefore, Maharshis tell, what you give to God, you accept it as a prasadam. And what you eat, give it to gods as a part of Naivedyam. Therefore, God and you are not at all separate. And whatever, how you look after you look after the God too, so that there will be a kind of mutual interaction, interflow of grace and knowledge and prosperity and permanence. So that's how we have got that. And not talking much, we can go to the next section on the Aitareya Upanishad, and which is found in the Aitareya Aranyaka text, where we are having. So we are in the last section of the first chapter. Of the first chapter, and we have also seen what is on. But before that, I just want to say, because why we are doing Bhadrankarne Bhi Runayama Devaha in the beginning, and there, why are we Pushan, Swastinaha Pusha, Veda. So who is this Pushan Devata? Again, Pushan is the 6th Adityas. Sivi Mitra, Ravi, Surya, Bhanu, Khaga, Pusha, Hiranyagarbha, etc. Maricha, Savitrarka, Bhaskarebhyo Namaha. These are all the 12 Adityas. And among 12 Adityas, the 6th Aditya is Pushan. And so, ಈ Pushan Devata ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, there is one beautiful statement regarding the power. There are so many details about Pushan Devata and other gods that comes under the purview of mythology. And looking at our mythology, Indian mythology or Vedic mythology, you have some foreigners beginning from Max Muller. They started comparative mythology so that they can have a weighing knowledge about who is who and what are their powers, what are their regions and all those things. But in that quest, the Vedic mythology, Greek mythology, and all that we have got. So much, some mythologies have got semblance, and also the gods also, like Indra, or we are Agni or anybody, they have got also different names originally, but later on that is modified. Indra or Indra, like that in Aitareya Upanishad itself, you see that kind of the original name of Indra and how that became refined as Indra, a great name. So now I want to say only about Pushan today, because Swastina Pusha, Vishwaveda, Swastina Starksho. So we remember Indra, Pushan, and Tarksha, Garuda, and Brahaspati. These are the 4 elected gods in that Bhadrankarne Bhi Shanti Mantra. Why those 4 are being taken up? So one of the reasons could be here regarding Pushan. Then Tvachit Doshaha, Drushi Doshaha, Kriti Doshaha, Akhila Indriya Doshaha, Tan Pusha, Hata Doshaha, Kinchit Roshagnina Dahatu. This is a prayer. See, Tvachit dosha, whatever problems are there connected to skin, connected to the doshas or problems connected to looks or eyes, also connected to the heart, hrudi, connected to all indriyas, and also these are all important doshas, which the indriya doshas, which deter the man's prosperity and happiness. So all these doshas or problems have got to be burnt down by the Rosha Agni of Pushan. So Rosha Agni has two meanings. One is the Kopam, as you see the Agni, even Kopa Agni they call it. The Kopa another fire. It has terrible, tremendous speed. And it's very hard for us to resist the Kopa Agni, the speed of the Kopa. But that's why when you exercise, more importantly, control over the Kopam, then it will be able to help you very much and you can grow Kahanga. That's why Kopa Agni is there. Rosha Agni also. Rosha is Rush, red. And otherwise, it also could be taken as the Kiranagalu, brilliance. So the brilliance of the Pushan Devata must be able to destroy or remove or make the rogas or doshas diminish in us. So like that, we think of these gods because we do not know exactly the powers, the influence of the various gods, but still that's a mystery to us, and we go on, and all rishis are trying to unearth the various powers of various gods in our Indian mythology or Vedic mythology. We have got epic mythology, Vedic mythology, epic mythology, Puranic mythology, and so on. So, and ultimately Upanishadic mythology and all that. In the mythology, talking about the knowledge of various gods will be an interesting study. So after this, I want to go to the last portions of the Sisasya Parisavasya, Aitareya Upanishad. So I'm coming to I just trying to read at the last Tritiya Khanda of the Aitareya Upanishad. Sa ichate imenu lokascha lokapalascha annam ebhyaha srujayiti so apo abhyatapato tabhyo abhitaptabhyo murtirajayata yavai sa murtihi ajayata annam vai tato tadena srushtam parang chadigham sati tadvacha ajigruchat tannasheknod vacha grahitum sa yadhenat vacha graheshu abhivyahritya haiva annam atrapsatu tat pranena. So look at the research findings of the Rishi or Atma, otherwise called Paramatma. Even Paramatma also does not know anything definitely. He doesn't know definitely, but all things he comes to know. Welcome to Venkatakrishna, long back. You are the great man, doing a lot of work. Though you are in India or in America or elsewhere, welcome to you, sir, for this class. And we know, see, we have been going on with the session on Aitareya Upanishad. Earlier, we have done on the Svetaswara Upanishad. It's going on. Because what the Upanishads are trying to tell us or impart what kind of knowledge, because that is all Upanishads are full of wisdom. And that wisdom is also a practical wisdom. It is not in the air. So how you can conduct our life and then check our character and try to use our time usefully. So in this, in the first section itself of the Aitareya Upanishad, the Atma was all alone. See, ekaki naivaramate. One fellow alone, singularly, has no enjoyment at all. Enjoyment, joy is there, maybe you are alone, but you have to make that joy, enabling the joy. To enable the joy, second is important. If two are there, there will be comparison, there will be so many things. So, ekaki naivaramate, Satapada Brahmana says. Then what next? Dvitiya, he wanted to have a second one. Having created a second one, then he thought the other work will be done by the second one. I can relax. So the entire ship, he created the man. The man, you look at it, interesting. He just picked up a mud out of a lump of water or anything like that, and then meditated, that did tapas, and then man came up. The murti came up to that mud. That murti is man only. That's why man is called as a parthiva sariram, prithvi sambandham. So now I understand today how this man has been called as Prithvi, apart from other explanations, only a lump of the earth that he created, he took out and meditated. That lump has become a human, and human form has got so many parts, and all gods have taken their positions in the human body. And afterwards, along with them, he created also hunger and thirst. They are also divinities. But the hunger and all gods, when they occupied the respective positions like nose, ear, eyes, and mouth, and throat, and all that, then these fellows little lazy, hunger and thirst. So they asked, where is the place given to us? Then Atma said, Paramatma said, well, I will make you a part and parcel of all the gods who have occupied all places in our body, in human body or in man. Therefore, the food and hunger, ultimately we come to know that becomes food for all gods, means that all parts of the body, and that part of that food, that hunger and quest that you quenched, ultimately turns into energy, and that energy is supposed to be retaha, annasya rasaha vai retaha. So the retas is supposed to be having the essence of any and every member of the body, and all that we are going to get. And before that, we in Tritiya Khanda, same manner. What could be done to satisfy the hunger? He created a cow. They said, no, not enough for us. He created a horse, not enough for us. Cow for food, horse for movement. But the hunger and that, they said, no, we are not satisfied. Then ultimately, he wanted to do something. So he meditated upon and water, and in the water, from water, Murti Rajayata. So a Murti, a form came out, a solid form. So that's why entire food is but lot of emanation from water. Ya vai sa murtihi ajayata annam vaitat. So what that murti came out from the water, that has been called as annam. So, Aitareya Upanishad, and elsewhere also, we have got a lot of eulogy or praise for the annam. And annam has got two qualities. One, it is being eaten, and that also takes the toll, eating you too. So, adhyata iti annam is first definition. Adhyate atticha bhutani. All bhutas eat this food, and that food also eats them away. That is, makes them old, it makes them all vyadhis, all discomfort in the body or disease in the body crops up because of the kind of food, because of the choice of the food, because of the consumption. That's exactly what Krishna in Bhagavad Gita given us, the annam divisions, sattvika ahara, rajasik ahara, and tamasik ahara. The Rakshasas prefer the tamasic, and Kshatriyas and rulers, they prefer rajasic, but Brahmins and Rishis and Munis and saints and philosophers, all these people must start loving the sattvic food, because as you eat, so your bhavanas will be there. Your mind also will be accordingly stipulated. Sorry. So next sentence tells you, the food, when it takes the form of form, it doesn't listen to the Paramatma, the creator, it runs away. So when the Murti came up, Tadenat Srishtam Parang Tyajitu Kham Jigham Saha Tadvacha Jigrukshan Tanna Setnodvacha Grahitum Sa Yet Vacha Grahetu Abhivyahritya hi eva annam atrapsatu. See, annam is getting dropped off. It is not getting accepted into the human body through these means. Try that whatever has been created ran away. Parang, it just went away. But that Paramatma wanted to catch it, to put to use. So he just tried to catch it through smell, no. Through speech, mouth, no. And then when he could not vacha grahitum, yadvai vacha graheshad abhivakshutya hi evannam atravasu. When this kind of attempts, finding efforts, research. So research is a very tough job because you are trying to find out what is there but what you do not know. Vyaktam anveshate bhuyaha, as Valmiki Maharshi said it, that nothing is true, nothing is new in the world. There is no invention at all. If at all any invention, people tell it is wrong. That's what even Einstein tell. Everything is a discovery because nature is so vast, so mystical, so much secrets are there. If at all you are only able to find out, you are only able to uncover that. Therefore, even this Paramatma also is having his own knowledge, trying to equip itself with findings. So again, what do you do? Another attempt he made, tat pranena ajigrutshatu tanna seknot pranena grahitum. So the pranam, the life or the breath, he wanted to catch it through the breath. There also he failed. Na shaknotu pranena grahitum. So even with the pranam, he was not. There are 5 vayus as a prano, pana, vyana, udana, samanas. Ultimately, we understand that for the vyana, the food accepted to stay in the body. And in now pranena grahitum na shaknotu. Then enatu pranena agrah abhipranaihi eva annam atrapsatu. Atrapsatu means it is not stable. Annam is running away from Paramatma. Normal it is. See, for example, a small baby, as long as the baby does not develop legs and feet, kai kalu barodanaka nammale depend ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಕೈ ಕಾಲು ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ it will rush off, it will run away. You have to run after the baby to catch. But ultimately you will be able to catch and feed. The mother will have a lot of trouble to feed the baby. Baby keeps running. But the mother also has to run, keep up the speed and see that the baby is given food. Like that, here also, that pranena and agra, then again the effort has not been lost. That chachusha ajigrutshatu tanna sekno chachusha grahitum. So when he failed in pranam, he wanted to catch up in this chachu, eye. But even the eye also, by just looking at food, your stomach won't be full. That's the whole problem. By smell. So that's why you see, no looks at the food will make you happier. So here it is said, ajigrutshatu pranena tachachusha ajigrutsanna seknotu chachusha. Next item he tried was chachusha grahish etad drushtya hi eva annam atrapasadu. So chachu is the inner eye, and the drushti is the outer one that it goes out. So merely looking at food, no happiness, atrapsyatu, it just disappeared, ran away from that. Then again, another attempt began by the Paramatma, Sophia ji. See, look at the Paramatma. So don't think that man only is searcher. Man only does not know. Even at times, at the beginning, we understand from Aitareya Maharshi that gods are also on work, on duty, because they want to provide as much comfort as possible to the creation that he made in the world. So once he has given minimum basic things, then the man will start improving it. Villages become taluks, and taluks become districts, district become cities, and cities become metropolitan, and all cities put together becomes a country, etc. So this kind of growth is being continued by the man, but basically all amenities have got to be shown by the Paramatma. Therefore, he went on another search. What is that? Tatsrotrena ajikrut shatu. He wanted to hear about the food items. Menu card nodidre hotte tumbodilla. Or if you just hear the things being mentioned, what is available, you will not be happy. Srotrena jikrutshatu tanna seknot srotrena kruhitum. Then again, when he understood that ears cannot have it, then when he knew all that, the annam atrapsyatu. See, anna is a tough thing. That is, the goals are very hard. And to reach goal is a big problem. And to reach, that's why there is a lot of work involved. When the hearing also failed and the water and the food was running off, then he made another attempt. That tvacha jikrutshatu ta nasiknotu tvacha grahitum. Poor fellow. At least making the food touch the skin, whether it could be held on. No. If you touch the food, also no use. So you should touch with skin, not with the spoons and all other extra instruments. But so the skin must have the touch to the body, to the food. Tvacha jigratu so tanna seknotu saha et theina tvacha agrahishyet sprishtva hi eva annam natrapasu. So sprishtva. So the annam once again goes away. Look at the hardship of Paramatma, who was all alone, who started the game. And the game is not ending easy immediately for him. So he is also trying to find out various methods through which he can arrest and keep that food stable and be used to that. Then he employed, the next one is tan manasa ajigrutshatu tanas neknot manasa grahitum. See, man has got that mind also, because the mind speed is always unbeatable. The mind has got a great speed. So here you see, because your mind can travel any distance. Mind speed. That's why mind can become active only when you close your eyes. As long as you keep your eyes open, you will not be able to cover distances. But when once you close your eye, the mind becomes eye. That's what we call mind's eye. What your physical eye cannot see and cannot imagine or cannot identify, your mind's eye can do that. Therefore, manas is an important thing. And that manas, how it came up, we have noted also. The final one. So, manasa ajigrutshatu, still tanna seknot manasa grahitum. So, ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳಿ ತನ್ ಮನಸಾಜಿಗೃಚ್ಛತು.
ತನ್ ಮನಸಾ ಜಿಗೃಕ್ಷತ ತನ್ ಮನಸಾ ಜಿಗೃಕ್ಷತ
ನ ಶಕ್ನೋತ್ ಮನಸಾ ಗ್ರಹೀತುಂ.
Tanna shaknon manasa gruhitum. Tanna shaknon manasa gruhitum.
Sa etu enan manasagraheshatu.
Sa yadvai yanna manasa gruhais. Sa
Agraheshyatu. Agraheshyatu. Dhyatva hi eva.
yadyatva yu eva. Dhyatva yu eva.
Annam atrapsyatu.
Annamatrapsyat. Annamatrapsyat.
Look at that. So mind thought that through mind he can catch that annam and make the stomach filled full. No, even the mind also could not. So that's why manasa agrishyatu dhyatva hi eva annam atrapsyatu. So dhyatva, dhyanam. So through that, meditating, it also disappeared. Then another attempt has been done here. Tatsisnena ajigratchatu.
Tachishnena ajijigrat. Tachishnena ajijigrat.
Na sheknot sisnena grahitum.
Tan shaknona shishnena grihitum. Shakno shishnena grihitum.
Agrahit visrujya hi eva annam atrapsyatu. Visrujya.
Visrajya aivannamatrapsyat.
So now he tried to catch up the food through the cisna, the genital, and by ejecting all that, no. So that did not listen to that, it went away. So annam atrapsyatu agrahitu. Then another attempt has been done by Atma, the Paramatma. What is that attempt? He has to succeed. In this Tritiya Khanda, at least he has to succeed to hold the annam and press it to the use and further development for man or Srishti in the creation. So all people should eat. And therefore, in fact, we had a talk on fasting, feasting, connected to or impacting the health and disease. So that is the importance of that fasting and feasting. Though both are both should be moderated ones. No too much fasting, no too much feasting. So when you are moderate in your action, in consumption, or in abstinence from the food, you will be really growing towards the health. Or if you do some mischief there, you will have the problem. You will have the disease. Ease is happiness. Health is happiness. Health is ease. And loss of health is called disease. So next one, the last, he comes to the down the area. So he came to navel, he came to Sisnam, he came to the Apanam. That is also a most important, Apanavayu. Pranavayu, Apanavayu. If these two vital airs are harmonious and regulated well, the health is maintained. If there is some problem, whether one of them or two of them, the body cannot be happier. That's why tadapanena ajigruchatu tadavayatu srushtaha srusho annasya. El Babu, tadapanena ajigruchatu.
Jigrachatadavayat. Sesho annasya. Graho yadvayurannayurva esa yadvayuho.
Next, saikshata katham vidam madrute syaditi.
स ईक्षता कथं निदं मृदते स्वाधिते स
madrute
ईक्षता
syaditi. Ready? Madrute syaditi.
मद्रुते स्याधिते मद्रुते स्याधिते
Sa ikshata katarena prapadya iti.
स ईक्षता कतरेण प्रपद्या इति स ईक्षत कतरेण प्रपद्या इति.
So now we come to another point. Apana vayu is there. So he wanted to catch up with the apana vayu, the annam, and tadavayatu srusho annasya graho a yadvayuhu annayur va esha yadvayuhu. Again, there was a question. Sa ikshata, he went on examining, observing all around and reflecting. Ikshata also means reflecting that katham idam madrute syat. How can this vayu be there without me? And he is important. And again, another quest was, again he observed and wanted to know katarena prapadya iti. So katham and katarena, these are the two question marks. Katham means how, katarena by what means. So to catch or to hold, we must always look for a means. So we should have the method, we should have the means to reach it up. So then we will be successful. Therefore, sa ikshata katham idam, and it cannot remain without me. With me it will be there. That's why aham vaisvanaro bhutva praninam dehamasritaha pachamyannam chaturvidham anta Krishna Papa tam madidane. He has announced that, Aya Krishna Arjuna, I am the only person. Nane Vaiswanaragni and Jataragniಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿ ನಾನು ನಿನಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪ್ರಾಣವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಪಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಚತುರ್ವಿಧಂ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರಹ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಇನ್ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ given you the thought that madrute syat katham na syat, it cannot be without Paramatma. And if at all, how can it be Vaiswanaro bhutva praninam dehamasritaha? So Adurudra, Krishna, Paramatma, as he is, he cannot do anything to that. He has to convert himself into Vaiswanara Agni. Vaiswanara Agni in Veda tells you that Viswanarahitaha Agnihi Vaiswanara Agnihi. Andre Arthanu, whatever offerings that you are going to give to Agni in the Homa Kundam or in the Yajna, that will be converted as a part of food to all gods. That's why Agnayayidam namama, Indrayayidam namama, anta itara ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕತರೇನ, ಈ ಎರಡು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸು ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಕಥಂ ಕತರೇನ. So in other Upanishadalli, because Aitareya Upanishad is long back. So that's why we say Bhagavad Gita su Upanishadsu anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ colophonally. But we don't know the dating. See, dating is a wonderful game where there is no definiteness at all reached. But everybody's will be a proposal and people can get the discussion. But our Valmiki, Vyasa and all that great rishis never believe in the dating game. It was only Max Muller who started dating the our Vedic texts, and Rig Veda is so much, Yajur Veda is so much like that. Anyway, it is a matter of information and time-taking game. Now you see, sa ikshata katarena prapadya iti helidra. Sa ikshata yadi vacha.
ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಓದ್ಬಿಡ್ಲೇ
ಹೇಳಿ ಸ ಈಕ್ಷತ ಕಥಂ ಇದಂ ಮದ್ರತೆ.
ಯದಿ ವಾಚಾ ಅಭಿವ್ಯಾವೃತಂ ಯದಿ ಪ್ರಾಣೇನಾಭಿಪ್ರಾಣಿತಂ ಯದಿ ಚಕ್ಷುಷಾ ದೃಷ್ಟಂ ಯದಿ ಶ್ರೋತ್ರೇಣ ಶ್ರುತಂ ಯದಿ त्वचा सृष्टं यदि मनसा ध्यातं यद्यपानेनाभ्यपानितं यदि शिष्णेन विसृष्टमत को अमिति.
Beautiful. So now now he tries to revise. Before concluding, he tries to reflect. Otherwise, we call it Simhavalokanam. What you call a lion in Maratandre. Sophiaji just moves forward. After some distance covering, it tries to examine backward. What is that? Simha Avalokanam. So even Paramatma is having that kind of recalling the kind of efforts he has been doing. What is that? Atha ko aham. That is the question. Who am I? Katham, Katarena, Kaha. These are all the three questions. Who am I? And how is it? And through what means it be done? But he is trying to say that Sayichata, he again examined. And what is that? Idi vacha abhivyahrutam, idi pranena abhipranitam, idi chakshusha drushtam, idi srotrena srutam, idi tvacha srushtam, idi manasadhyatam, idi apanena abhyapanitam, idi sesmena vishnushtam, then kohamiti. So when these actions, for example, here it says that you are regarding food, abhivyahrutam is uttering. That's a vyahrutim is mystical utterance. Abhivyahrutam, keep on talking about the food. Pranena abhipranitam, you are able to sense that through your prana. You are able to see through your eyes. You are able to hear about that through your ears. And you are able to touch through your skin. You are able to meditate or think about the food through your mind. Then when it is accepted through the apanam, abhyapanitam, and that what you accepted is being rejected or is being ejected by sisnam, visushtam is ejection. Then when all these things are all going on, then who am I is the question. So sayetameva simanam vidaya rutaya dvara pravajyata vidaryetaya dvara prapadyata udapa sayetameva.
स एतमेव सीमानं विदाज्येतया द्वारा प्रापद्यत.
This is very important. See, dvara prapadyata, simanam vidaya. So sima is the bordering. That is concluding the process of research. And then simanam vidarya, trying to break up that sima, and etaya dvara, through these varams, annam prapadyata, what he could catch it up, annam prapadyata, he tried to catch up this like that. Saisha vidrutirnama rutirnama
द्वास्तधेतन्नान्दनन्तस्य त्रय अवसतास्त्रयः अयमावसतो अयमावसतो अयमावसत इति.
Saisha vidrutirnama
विधृतिर्नाम द्वास्तधेतन्नान्दनन्तस्य त्रय अवसतास्त्रय स्वप्ना अयमावसतो अयमावसतो अयमावसत इति.
Sajato bhutanyabhivyakshyato kimahanyam
भूतान्यभिवैक्यत् किमि आन्यं वावदिशदिति.
kimihanyam Vavadishaditi sayetameva purusham brahma tatam amam asyadi
Dhamma darshan.
darshatam iti tasmad indro namedindro havai nama tamidandram santamindраmitya chakshate parokshena parokshapriya hi deva parokshapriya hi deva odapa sayetamevam purusham brahma.
Sahetameva purusham brahma tatamama pasyadhidama darshamiti tasmadidandro namedandro ayavai nama tamindrandram santamindram ityachakshate parokshena paroksha priya iva hi deva paroksha priya iva hi deva.
So ultimately we come to know that Paroksha Priyahi Devaha, the gods are liking what is not direct. What is not direct is being liked by the gods. Actually, Indra is the ruler. And so ultimately we understand the Apana is the devourer of the food. Apana Vayu is the devourer of food. And that vital energy, which is well known as dependent of food for its subsistence, is this vital energy, apanam. And then again there was a question, how indeed can it be there without me? And through which of the two ways should I enter? Is it prana or apana? So this is the quest. Then he thought, if utterance is done by the organ of speech, smelling by the sense of smell, seeing by the eye, hearing by the ear, feeling by the sense of touch, thinking by the mind, the act of drawing in or pressing down by apana, ejecting by the procreative organ, then who could be that? The answer is, having split up this very end, he entered through this door. This entrance is known as the Vidruti. Vidruti is the name, Vidrutir Nama. Here you see, Sajato and Saisha Vidrutir Nama. Dvastadetan Nandanasya Anandanam Tasya Raya Avasatha Strayaha. So then there came this kind of thing. Hence, it is delightful, three abodes. He entered through this door. This entrance is known as Vidruti, and it is delightful. Of him, there are three abodes, three states. One is dream. This is an abode, and this one is an abode. And next is being born. He manifested all the beings. He did speak of to know anything else. He realized this very Purusha as Brahman, the most pervasive. And so he says, Etameva Purusham Brahma Tatamiti Apasyatu Darshamiti. So this statement tells you that he realized this very Purusha as Brahman, the most pervasive one. And he says that I have realized. And that particular Purusha who is born, that's why we got Purusha Sukta. Purusha is that, who is that Purusha? Andre, the first earlier name is indirectly known as Idandra. Purusha is Idandra, and that Vidandra slowly came to be known as Indra. And So indirectly, though he is called Idandra, he is known as Indra because the gods don't want to be called directly by their names. The gods like what is not. So in man indeed is a soul first conceived. See, he said the Paroksha, and ityachakshate parokshena paroksha priyahi devaha paroksha priyahi devaha. So the gods are always fond of indirect names. And in other words, what is this indirect names? Maybe they may not be present physically, but they make that God, God Agni, as representative to one and all, so that whatever is being given to the Agni, then he will be able to deliver to all other gods because he knows that. Therefore, whatever food you want to give to whichever god you choose, all gods are receiving their food through the Yajna Vedi, which is the dining table for the gods. Our dining table is constantly there in the drawing hall or dining hall. But Paramatma dining table is there when you want to reach them directly, only when you build an altar. Vedi, it comes up. Yajna Vedi. So Yajnartham Vedi Yajna. So whenever you want to offer food for gods, then their dining table is different. And when once you create the dining table for them, then they will come, and you have got to decorate it, you have got to worship that, you have got to do a lot of preparation before you start your offering food for the respective gods. And again, for example, Udbudjasvagne Pratichagruhi Ishtapurte Sagum Sujetam Ayamcha Adacha. Ayamcha is important. So he is one who will make the entire offerings given by the gods, by the humans or anybody, turn sweeter and palatable and again tasty with the help of the ghee offered to him and delivered to the gods, and gods receive that. So here, but Indra is the main primary god who is associated with all the gods. That's why we have got the importance. He is known as Indira. See, in Idandra became Indra. And why that kind of apabhramsa or whatever you call, before the regular name Indra comes up, even other gods also may be having, I don't know, we have to find out. So the Indra being the chief of all gods, and he is, and that's why even in the Chamaka, Namakam, Chamakam, Purushuktam, called Rudram, there in Chamaka Adhyaya you got Indraschame, Agnischame, Pusha, Chama Indraschame, Saraswati. So Indra, so many times Indra Sabda is being uttered, meaning that the boss also is accompanied, otherwise the office cannot be complete. Like that, here it is said that Brahma tatam apasyatu idam adarsyam iti. So this is very importantly, idam adarsyam. This I have got seen. So I have realized that adarsya. Darshana means realization or to be able to visualize. That's why when you visualize, it forms the part of wisdom. That's why we have got darshanas. So they talk about the wisdom. They give a lot of useful information for your betterment in life, for your betterment of knowledge. So that way, this particular section, first chapter, Tritiya Khandam, ends with the statement that Indra is being born, and Indra has been earlier named as Idindra, and why that kind of change is being done only because the gods by nature love what is not direct, but what is indirect. Actually, this is really a good question. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಪರೋಕ್ಷ ಪ್ರಿಯರು ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಪ್ರಿಯರಲ್ಲ Another dodda issue we have got to investigate, because in Mahanyasam, you are going to say that Atmannatmannitya mantrayata. ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಸ್ಮೈ ದಶಮಗುಂ ಹೂತ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಸೃಣೋತು ಸ ದಶಹೂತೋ ಭವತು ದಶಹೂತೋ ಹವೈನಾಮೈಷಃ ಅಂಬಾ ಏತಂ ದಶಹೂತಗುಂ ಸಂತಂ ದಶಹೋತ್ಯೇತ್ಯಾಚಕ್ಷತೆ ಪರೋಕ್ಷೇಣ ಪರೋಕ್ಷ ಪ್ರಿಯಾ ಇವ ಹಿ ದೇವಾ ಆತ್ಮನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆತ್ಮ meditating upon Atma, resulting into various names of the gods. So that's why Atma vai putra namasi anta helidaga, your son, the next sections you are going to get the importance of the son, how he will be able to keep up the habits and tradition and culture and all that has been followed in the families. That's why I said see, Pitruvat Putraha, Matruvat Putri, like that they say, Yatha Pita, Tatha Putraha, Yatha Mata, Tatha Putri. Yatha, so like that, Yatha Tathas are there in Sanskrit. So that's exactly what Aitareya Maharshi is also able to impress on us, that there should be next continuation of what is original. Atmannatmannitya mantrayata. Amantrana ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. That is, so when amantrana is done, ಏನಂತ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? That's what dhyanam, manassu dhyanam, buddhi dhyanam. So that's what we understand. Ityachachate. So tamidandram santamindram ityachachate parokshena paroksha priyahi devaha. That is the statement. Deva katham bhutaha devaha. How like are the gods? Or how what gods like? What gods like, that we do. Then the gods become that form of your like. That's what it is. That's why in Agnihotra or elsewhere, you get that the Agni turning himself to be one who is able to grant your desire. So that kind of Agni ultimately is called Swishtakrut Agni antar. So Ishtakrut, that which is palatable, which is Sukhab Pradam, that kind of thing Agni is able to provide you. So Swishtakrut Ahutayaha anta ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಹೋತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಯಜ್ಞ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆವಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಜ್ಞ ಪುರುಷನಿಗೆ ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಆ ಪಾಯಸ, ತುಪ್ಪ, or the payasam and ghee joined together, we offer it as a food to God, naivedyam to Agni Deva. Then he is called Swishtakrut Agni. Swishtakrut Agni Prarthana, we do it. So I think now I am getting some ideas, explanation from this Aitareya Upanishad in my own thoughts, then that why the Paroksha Priya Devaha Iva Hi. Paroksha Priya Devaha antalla. It is Iva is there, that you should note. See, Paroksha, Iva is comparison, like, look like. See, looking like is different from looking. So you look like so-and-so is one statement, or you are so-and-so is another statement. I think these two statements have got difference. Therefore, here, Iva is important, reading. Then, so also Paroksha Priya Iva, that Iva has been repeated 2 times. So he, of course, that kind, that there is, he is indeed, verily, that means there is no doubt about it. So they are only like, looking like, but not same. So this is how we go on, and we conclude with the section, this third section of the first Kanda chapter of Aitareya. Next we'll go to the second chapter, first section of that, and we get more and more what happens after the Purusha is created, after water is also, out of water food is created, and how it is being introduced to the individual. and how ultimately it is accepted by the apaya, because loading and unloading is important. Unloading is more important than loading. If unloading is not healthy, the entire body suffers, as everybody knows. Therefore, there should be importantly the unloading taking place. And after unloading, you pick up the desire to eat or drink. When that kind of unloading doesn't take place, then apana is not working properly for you, then that harmonious, if it is not there, you will never like food at all, you never do that. And avaga roga bandmele ಆಹಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. See, rogins little, they stop eating and ultimately they die. So this is how the death also some people suffer, not able to consume food at all. So like that, here, Ivashi Devaha, beautiful it is. So I stop here. Om Swasti.